Nongkrong sana, nongkrong sini, nongkrong di Urbanlyfe. Hi Youthvestors, back in the Urbanlyfe Podcast. And by the time you hear this, you may already notice that it is slightly different than our previous Urbanlyfe Podcast. And yup, it's because in today's episode, we specially using English because we have a very, very special guest speaker. But before we get to know more about him, and before we jump into our discussion, let me introduce myself. I'm Afifa as the host for today's session, and in today's episode, we'll be talking about IT for Gen Z. Of course, there is not only me because as I mentioned before, and as you guys can see here right beside me, we have a very, very special guest speaker for today's occasion. He is the CEO of AI Network Solution, Mr. Shohei Arai.
Hello, my name is Shohei Arai from AI Network Solution CEO.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Arai.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, tapi saya murah.
Oh, okay. Okay, and how is Purwokerto so far?
It is good place. Usually, I'm living in Jakarta. So yeah, not too much.
Okay, not too much different.
Yeah, much different and not too much.
Okay, then I think enough with the chit chat. Now let's just deep dive into our discussion, which is IT for Gen Z. So, Mr. Arai, as someone who's been working in the information and technology industry for a long time, me and our lovely audience, who is most likely our Gen Zs, would love to ask you some questions and advice regarding our theme today, which is IT for Gen Z. And so, let's just jump into our first question.
Yep.
The first question is, why are IT becoming increasingly important skills for Gen Z in today's digital age?
Oh, thank you for asking. So it is little difficult question, but so on the condition, so IT has a lot of function system. So like for example, AI or data scientist, coding or UI UX designer. So it is a lot of IT function or job, right? So maybe I'm Japanese. So maybe today we will show compared to Japan and Indonesia. So maybe in Japan, so actually the population is decreased. So many Japanese are facing lack of IT resource. So according to the reports, maybe 400,000 IT employee is lack now. So maybe many Japanese have to find IT resource. So yeah, but in Indonesia, so the population is increasing.
Yeah, it's constantly increasing over
right?
time. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but maybe a lot of tech giants already exist, like Gojek, Grab, and Shopee, and Mercari, and so on. So now, many employees have to deal with IT and especially AI. Yeah, so the answer is very simple. So if you want to earn a lot of money, you have to run IT as soon as possible. But it's a very important point, I think.
Okay, I got it. I got the point because, well, IT is really, really important in this digital age. So if we if we want to make a lot of money, then we have to use IT no matter what.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And then the next question is, how are technological advancements affecting job opportunities for Gen Z?
Okay. So the evolution IT has created new job and opportunity. So especially maybe 1 or 2 years ago, ChatGPT released, right? So maybe many Indonesian and Japanese already use ChatGPT, and maybe this channel is for university student and especially accounting or economic, right? Yep. So for accounting, So for accounting, so facilities. So actually, my first project in Indonesia is IT, so B2B IT and accounting system actually increase, so changing operation, so like especially accounting or HR or sales and marketing, and back office and so on. So maybe but before using AI or IT, so maybe a lot of employee have to repeated tasks, so every day. But so due to AI or IT, so we can focus on professional services. Maybe so it is changed using AI or IT.
Okay, that's a very, very nice answer. I mean, as a student myself, I'm so familiar with IT tools such as ChatGPT or even Microsoft Office and something like that, because, well, it is something that we can never truly get off of our daily life. So yeah, and then for the next questions, what IT skills are most needed by employers today, especially for accounting and management students?
It's a little difficult question. Maybe you often learn about accounting or finance and so on. Basically, you need to learn and study more. But how to use IT too? And it is related to number 2 question. So because the repeated task is changed to AI, so maybe we have to focus on professional services, and additionally, due AI era, so we have to study more management. What is management? So it's very simple. So because if you use ChatGPT, you often use prompt, right? So maybe prompt means our from my side request, right? So if you manage someone or AI, so you have to show more detail. So like 5W1H, so a detail. So it is important. So compared to before AI era. So maybe the answer is I will answer your question. So basically, you have to study economic or finance and accounting and so on. But you have to study more, management skill more.
Okay, I really agree with that. And then maybe let's jump to the next question. How can Gen Z prepare themselves for the challenges of an increasingly technology-driven job market?
I will before answer your question. So maybe in Indonesian market and in Japanese market, we have to consider separate. B2B or B2C, or horizontal, vertical. Maybe after graduate, maybe everyone want to join company in Indonesia or overseas, right? Maybe especially in Japan, they want to hire practical employee. But maybe if you want to earn or a lot of money or join a great company, so you have to do internship as more practical. So it's not only learn, a practical and some boss feedback you. So maybe it is better to do it. So maybe it is important thing.
Okay, so I think we can all agree that the important thing thinks that the most important thing is to practice.
Yeah.
It can be doing internships or maybe just going into the work that way. That way we can actively participate and doing our growth in this world that is so technology driven.
So maybe Indonesian students or it is my advice. So maybe Indonesian students or do commit more internship or working, and so it is more benefitable for them.
Because that way we can actually face the challenges that we will soon face later on in the working area.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then now for the next question, what role do education and training play in helping Gen Z develop relevant IT skills?
So maybe so education serves so more internship or practical system. So for accounting or economics, so maybe so you often study or learn about use case, right? But maybe more practical. So as internship or working, and what is company issue, and what is boss request, and maybe it is more communication. So maybe if you work somewhere, so you have to ask some questions to adjust the requirements. Yeah, maybe the answer is serving internship, especially practical.
That.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, that was such a meaningful and insightful discussion with you, Mr. Arai. But unfortunately, this will be the end of our session today. I'm so glad to host this super insightful discussion along with the smart and experienced guest speaker, such as Mr. Arai himself. And I honestly feel like we haven't had enough discussion, but and we won't feel enough about it either. But hopefully we can meet again in another agenda, in another Urbanlyfe podcast maybe. And for Youthvestors out there, hopefully you guys can take something beneficial from our discussion today. Thank you very much for watching our podcast. I personally would like to apologize if during hosting the session, I accidentally make any form of mistakes. Last but not least, I'm Afifa and our guest speaker,
Arai.
Let's meet again on another occasion and bye!